What's going on, guys? It's TheMightyDart13 back again, and this is my, again, late video for Brazil. This is the weekend of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix that I'm recording this on, and I've not actually, I was meant to do this earlier in the week, but it's been a tad hectic. I think after Monday I've got to go see about some results about my knee, but I'll save that for another video. Once I know what's going on with myself, I'll sort of make an update video. But yeah, on with Brazil, and there was not a lot to talk about beforehand. But during the race, obviously, had some rather controversial incidents. Even starting on the first lap, you had the likes of Romain Grosjean and Marcus Ericsson coming together, obviously shedding bodywork. But I think the most controversial point of the race was quite possibly the contact between Esteban Ocon, who was in 16th at the time, and Max Verstappen, who was leading. Now, I've watched the onboards, I've watched the race highlights, I've watched the race itself, and I think overall that, like, I have to say Ocon was at fault. Like, Verstappen obviously had every right to take the racing line. He is the race leader. Ocon was trying to unlap himself, and to look at it in that way, it was a bit of a... He should have known that Verstappen was never ever going to leave him sort of racing space, or that much room on the apex of the corner, sorry. And to be fair, Verstappen had the racing line, Ocon was on his inside. Ocon should have bailed out. Ocon was given a 10-second penalty. But what didn't help, and this is what I don't agree with, I agree with the FIA saying it was Ocon's fault. What I don't agree with is Verstappen's radio message saying, I hope I don't find him in the paddock, because something happened, and then the pushing and shoving in Parc Ferme. Obviously it didn't escalate to anything else, but it has come out in the news recently that Ocon was just stood there smirking at Verstappen, and that wound him up. I mean, Verstappen is 20, but he's young anyway. He might even be younger than me. But yeah, I don't agree with that. Obviously, I know tensions run high. I play football, I understand. But after that, I think it was very much... Considering how many small children watch Formula 1, that's not really what you want to teach them. And the fact that it sort of came out afterwards, and obviously Red Bull covered their driver, but at the same time... No, I think overall, as I've said, Ocon at fault, but Verstappen, who has to do community service or something with the FIA, so that would be going through and going to a road safety thing or something. Overall, not a bad race. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It was some fantastic overtaking manoeuvres, sorry. But yeah, I think going into Abu Dhabi, obviously in the run-up it was announced that Robert Kubica is driving for Williams next year, which leaves Sergei Sorokin without a drive, which is a shame. He's been a very good driver this year. But I would say that I'm glad to see Kubica back, but I'm a little bit sceptical on if he can actually do the job. He's a bit, obviously, for those who don't know, he was in a potentially life-threatening car crash while rallying, and the fact he's made it back is a minor miracle, but I don't think he'll last the season. I don't think he'll be quick enough, but hopefully he proves me wrong. But yes, on to my top 5 prediction for qualifying. Keep in mind this is the Friday before quali, so I'm going to say Valtteri Bottas to grab pole, Lewis second, Verstappen third, Vettel fourth, and Ricciardo fifth. And for the race, I'm going to go Valtteri, Lewis, Ricciardo, with Verstappen and Vettel coming together, but still finishing 4th and 5th. But yeah, guys, I'm going to leave this video here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Obviously, it's the last race this weekend. Yeah, this weekend, as this is being recorded. So obviously that'll be the end of the Formula 1 series, or Formula 1 series for this season. So yeah, I might do a top 10 moments of the season video, but I'm not 100% sure yet. But yeah, anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.